What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to do a video today. It's a little bit specific and I'm in the middle of it, but this is the hardest part of this job, and so I wanted to make sure to highlight my method for getting past this part of the job. So what I'm in the middle of is a John Deere 345 with the Kawasaki classic stripped or broken or disconnected camshaft gear. And if you're in the middle of that job as well, what you're going to run into is while you're trying to pull the engine to take it off, tip it upside down, and get inside, is getting the drive pulley off of the crankshaft. It is impossible. And I've done a number of these and found a pretty good trick to getting it off. And so what you're going to want to do is, of course, you've taken out the 4 engine mounting bolts. And what that allows you to do, and also disconnect your exhaust, all of that stuff I'm not going to go through. But at the point that you have the engine disconnected, you can lift it slightly using a pry bar or something of that nature to get underneath and hold it up just slightly. That's what you want to do, is have something under there holding that. And what you're able to do is look in, let me grab my flashlight here, is look in and you can see the crankshaft right there, and then normally right below that is where your drive gear is. You can see the collar of the drive gear on the crankshaft. And the trick is, if you go up to your local auto parts store, in my case it's O'Reilly's, and you rent for free an item number 67027, this is the heavy duty pickle fork. So it's the larger of the two. You want to make sure it's the heavy duty because it's wider and the spacing is perfect. What this will do is when the engine is held up, mine is not held up right now because I'm already past this step, but when it's held up, you can slide this in and the pickle fork will go perfectly around the crankshaft and be in between the pulley and the crankshaft. And so what you're able to do is tap this in or pound it in, depending on how stuck your gear is, and make sure you've sprayed it and let it soak and all that good stuff. But what you're able to do is pound this all the way in and drive that pulley down. If you're lucky and you're able to go all the way in, that's going to get it about halfway down the crankshaft. And if you're lucky, you can slide it off the rest of the way. But what's probably going to happen is it's going to get stuck about halfway down. Let's see where mine is at here. Let's get some light. It's going to get stuck about halfway down. And so the next thing that you're going to want to do that works really well is take a pry bar, one of these Wonder Bars. Everybody should have one of these, or just any pry bar with a 90 on the end. And you can get up above the pulley, so between the frame and the pulley, get up above that, and as you're prying, it's going to end about here, and that's where you're putting downward pressure with the tip of this bar. You're putting downward pressure on the pulley, and you want to put the back end of the bar on a floor jack. And so while this is above the pulley and has pressure, pump this jack up until you've got a comfortable amount of pressure pushing down on that pulley. And then lastly, with a junk bolt in the end of the crankshaft, I've actually drilled the center of that bolt to give it a good spot for the air hammer. You'll take your pin attachment on your air hammer, and all I had to do is hit that thing for about 5 seconds, and the pulley jumped all the way down to the point now where I can grab it with a pliers or hit it with a screwdriver or whatever, and it's going to come off. So I hope that helps you. The big winner here is the heavy-duty EverTough pickle fork from O'Reilly's. So that's going to help you get this job done. So if you have any comments or questions, you can leave those down below. Otherwise, like and subscribe as always. And thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.